Why the heck not? What's going on, everybody? How are we? How are we doing today? I'm on here live, just waiting to hang out. My buddy Deryk is supposed to be coming on here, so we're kind of just waiting on him. Him and I were gonna do a co-host, so we're waiting on him. So yeah, we're going to. Hey, Tony W, what's going on, Tony? How are you? What are you doing this Friday? Ooh, that coffee's hot. Coffee is hot. Hot to trot. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing, Tony? Corey Johnson. What's going on, Corey? How are you, Corey? What are you guys up to? See you later, Corey. 1 minute in, we've had 2 join, 2 leave. Good stuff here. Good stuff here. We are going to go over here and see what's happening on this side. Oh my gosh. So can I just, nobody's on here yet, so maybe I will use this. So nobody's on here yet. I might use this as like a actual video. Ash, what's going on? Welcome, Ash. Welcome. Hopefully you stick around, hang out. What are you up to today, Ash? Lesia, maybe. Brandy, what's going on? Kelly, what's going on? Kelly and Ash. Vegas locals. Oh, just kidding. Ash, it looks like you're hanging on strong. I love it. Hang out with me. Come and hang out. We're waiting for a good friend of mine, Deryk. We're going to do a co-host. Armchair cornerback as opposed to a armchair quarterback. So do you scrutinize the defense more than you do the offense? I'm just curious. Emily, what's going on? How are you today, Emily? G-Dub. Rusty Fender. I love it, Rusty. BC, Rama. We're just shouting everybody out. What's going on? Ash, Armchair, Emily, G-Dub. Greg G, Matlock's Rumor World. Hey, Matlock, give us the tea, my friend. What's the tea? Oh, Matlock left. Apparently there is no good tea. Apparently there is no rumors. Min-Man. Is that like minions? Like minions? Min-Man. Russell B. Min-Man, what? I was saying hi. What are you doing, man? Heck yeah. Min-Man. I love it. Min-Man coming in hot. What? John W, what's going on? We're having fun on this Friday, right? Waiting for my man Deryk to show up. We're going to do a co-host thing. Johnny B Golf Pro. Is that like Johnny B Good? Wait down in right? DD 555. John W, Min-Man, Ash, Armchair Cornerback. Armchair, tell me. What's the difference between an armchair quarterback and an armchair cornerback? Do you just scrutinize the defense more? Come on, man. I want to know. Jennifer Gill. Emily, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? Hey, you know what? Min-Man? Because you came in hot, I'm giving you a follow. Bananas, my dude. But wait, no. Bonanzers, my dude. Ash, since you've been here, you're getting a follow. Hey, you're doing pretty good. I love it. Armchair cornerback. You know, if you comment, I'll give you a follow. I mean, I'm not trying to whatever, but you like the scenery? Thanks, Deryk. I appreciate it. I tried to work hard at making it aesthetically pleasing, you know? How's the audio, though? Is the audio okay? I always feel like when I'm on TikTok Studio Live, there's a little delay. But I don't know. It's working. Okay. Audio's good. Awesome. Thanks, Deryk. Deryk, do I follow you? Well, guess what? I do now. Could be crispy. Oh, it's not as crispy. Dang it. Oh, join from your short videos. Oh, thank you. You like my shorts? I appreciate that. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know what it is with the audio. Could be crispy or Min-Man. I know. Do you guys watch? I'm just curious. Do you get that from our dude Omar from Think Media? Because he says that all the time. Got to be crispy. I'm just curious. Midman, Johnny B Golf Pro. Johnny B Golf Pro. Why are you not out there golf proing it? Yeah, Deryk, I hear you. Like, I always want to ask, like, can you, because I have multiple different mics that I use depending on like what camera I'm shooting on. And by camera, I mean my actual nice Sony camera, or if I'm doing it on my phone. I have this mic hooked up to the computer if I'm here on live. I got, the little one that goes into, the quick one I can do like quick on the goes, and I got of course the wireless. You know how it goes. There's like all sorts of stuff, but Canon webcam Rodecaster Pro. I've heard that Rodecaster Pro is pretty good. I have the Rode also, but I'll be honest, I don't know which mic it is. Hold on one second. My boy Deryk. Oh no. Hold on one second. Give me a minute. I'm going to mute real quick. I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out and waiting for me, Deryk and Minman. Yeah, my mic was muted. It was supposed to be muted. My good friend Deryk, we talked about doing a co-host live here this afternoon, and so I was waiting for him, and he just called me and was like, hey man, I don't know how to jump on there. How do we do the co-host thing? So I was like, well, here's the deal. This is what we do. So that's all. Sorry, I could have let it on there. I could have kept my mic on. Corey, what's going on? Kiki, Melissa. So yeah, Deryk's gonna come on here, and I think we're just gonna shoot the shit. That was me last week. Yeah, I do really want to figure out. Here's the thing that I did the other day, Deryk, and I still am trying to figure this out, but last week, I think, or the week before, I did a multi-stream where I streamed live here on TikTok, on YouTube, and Facebook. Because there's different softwares. The problem is TikTok, right? TikTok holds on to their, Helena, what's going on? TikTok holds on to their stream keys, and I think you have to join like what do they call it? Not a studio, an agency or something. You have to join an agency to be able to get a stream key or something. I don't know how it goes. Tech Savvy Hub, do you know? How do I get a stream key for TikTok so that I can multi-stream on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever. Helena, what is up? You were on with our friend Mark Buddy earlier, weren't you? Was that you? I love it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the taps. Thanks for the hearts. So I never got a stream key. I didn't either. You have to do more lives? Like, how many lives do you have to do? I joined the agency and TikTok let me stream via OBS. Yeah, so so I did do this. So when I multi-streamed, I kind of did a backdoor type multi-stream. So I actually, you can do like a virtual camera using OBS and then kick it into like StreamYard and then kick it into, it's weird. Like, it's all this weird. But I think that it all slows everything down when you're doing that. So it didn't work out that very, very good. That was terrible English. I need to drink more coffee here, folks. But yeah, it was, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I would love to multi-stream. So if you guys want to see some really, really cringy videos, I actually shot a reply to this where it's hard to watch yourself on camera sometimes, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. But if you want to watch some really cringy videos about, I don't know, it's probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I did some YouTube lives. Yeah, they're pretty bad. But it's fun to go back and see. It's a good placeholder, right? Like, it's good to show people, hey, this is where you start. This is where we're at today. And, you can kind of see the progress and whatnot. So that's fun. Helena, Deryk, Miniman. Helena, yeah, I followed you from Mark's. Deryk has joined. We're going to get Deryk in here in a minute. There he is. I'm going to figure out how it goes. So I can stream to multiple platforms at once. You need to balance your bandwidth settings in OBS. Yeah, but how do you do it with one source one camera to multiple sources? That's what I want to know, because that's what I couldn't figure out, is how to get it from one camera. I had 2 cameras set up, one for TikTok and then one for the other platforms that I could do through StreamYard. So let me go in. Deryk, give me 1 second. I got to find you here. I got to find you. There you are. Deryk Faber. Are you not? Maybe. Add moderate block. No, I don't want to block you or report you. Nat, man, there's a lot of ins and outs today, co-host. Let me find you in here. Give me 1 second, Deryk. Forgive me. Oh, I have to click see more. Why does it not show me who is on my live right now? Deryk, I don't know if you can co-host with me. How many lives have you done, Deryk? If not, I think I can multi-guest and I could bring you in, but that's not fun. I wanted us side by side. I think there's an app. I know when I ran my old jobs, they had an app that posts through that. Yeah. And I can stream to all platforms at the same time using the same camera, except for TikTok. That's the only one. Yeah, I wonder OBS beta stream limits multi-stream. Yeah, there was another one that I was using too that was very similar to that, Deryk. I don't know which one it was. Deryk, do you keep bouncing in and out? What's going on? I can do all, including really? Okay, so okay, give me a second, Deryk. Here, I'm trying to figure out this stream thing. And sorry, Deryk Faber, give me a minute here. I gotta go back to Deryk's RRICK, and actually, Deryk. Yeah, can we jump on another time, Deryk? Shoot me a message. And maybe we can hook up another time and figure that out. That would be awesome. Can you shoot me a message on TikTok? Or you can send me an email at thecoachwads@gmail.com too if you want to. That'd be awesome, Deryk, because that's one thing I really want to try and nail down is how to do the multi streams from the one camera, like we said. Reply pin, mute. I wonder, Deryk Faber, I am really trying here. Maybe you bounced out and now you're going to come back in. Let me click the co-host thing again and see if I can invite you. Why does it not show you? That is strange that it won't let you co-host with me. Did you do something? Did TikTok make you mad? Oh, so it requested. All right, so I guess we're going to go to multi-guest. There we go, Deryk. Dude, it must be something with, like, have you not done enough lives to where you can co-host with me? I don't know how that works. Or wait.
I haven't gone live yet.
Oh, you have your 1,000 followers yet?
I've got almost 4,500.
Well, you got to go live. Then we can co-host.
Well, I just haven't done it yet.
My man, you know what we should have done? We should have gone to StreamYard. We should have gone to StreamYard and then just posted it in here because we can do that too. I know how to do that. Yeah, Deryk, I did. So the other Deryk, not Faber. That's going to get confusing. How am I going to do this? I'm going to call it, say, DF and then just D. I don't know. Deryk, I did try to co-host him. The problem is he hasn't gone live yet, so I don't know.
I will fix that. I will go live.
Call me DH. Yeah. Go live, darn it. Deryk, it's so good. I'm super stoked that we're like back connected again. And like, I mean, not that we were ever connected. We just didn't stay in touch, but I'd love it, man.
Right.
Minman says I can call him Deryk too. It looks like we're just going to call everybody Deryk. It's like, who named all their kids after themselves? Was it
right?
George Foreman.
I wanted to have a Deryk Jr. My wife was, oh no, that is not happening.
You got to call him Deryk the Second.
I had all kinds of names lined up.
Uh-oh. I'm busted. Wad's wifey just jumped on and said, thaw some hamburger. That's funny. Co-host and invite. Right now you're doing multi. Yeah, you're right, Deryk. Right now I am doing multi. It says before we go live to co-host, then invite DF. But I was already live. I didn't want to have to start it over. But still, that's weird. I don't know why it wouldn't let me. I haven't had any problems.
It's my fault. I showed up late, so it's my punishment.
Yeah, there you go. I like the background.
Thanks.
Yeah. So what do you
got to get my lighting game on point like yours.
You know, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You've had your setup though for a while.
Yeah, yep, I have. You're right. And in fact, so last time we were on and everything, I actually had my studio over that way, away from like my actual desk workspace. And my buddy Trapper was setting all his stuff up, and I was helping him. And he's like, "Yeah, I got my work here, and then I got my other, my coaching stuff over here." And I was like, "Oh, why don't I do that?" Because I'd always have to bounce back and forth, and like I had my camera set up, but I'd have to bring a laptop down. It was such a mess. And now I could like push a button, like, oh, maybe like that. No lights. And then you turn the lights on. It's just on a switch, so it's pretty sweet. I love it.
That's nice.
You make it easy, right? That's one thing that I always talk to people about is people will be like, "Man, you get up so early and you go work out super early." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I have everything ready for me. I make it easy. There's little resistance to everything. You know what I mean?"
As little as possible. My lights are on an app on my phone, and actually they're on a timer. So by the time I'm walking up the stairs, the lights are popping on, and I just go straight to work.
Heck yeah. That's like another level. I need to be
Well,
on that level.
I don't have a magic button. If I show up to work early, I'm sitting in the dark for a few minutes. So.
You're like, well, here we go.
Yeah. No, my daughter's room's right next door, so no clapping or loud noises. I just got to sit and wait for the lights to come
on. That's funny.
First world problems.
First world problems. First world problems. Yeah, we got to figure out this co-host thing too. We'll do it another time, but
yeah, I'll go live this weekend.
Ooh, look!
I need to anyway. So. Oh wow!
Look at that.
I don't know if people want. They don't want my face that big. I promise.
Well, that was fun. I'm just pushing buttons over here. We're just learning.
Turning off lights, switching screens.
Right. We got crazy not so rich Asian just showed up, so that's fun. Wad's wifey's still here hanging out. Oh man. So yeah, what's new? You had a client call? You don't have to like go into details, but that you were working.
Well, I mean, today, dude, if you'd have been at all remotely close, you'd have been hanging out with me all morning. I was at Wichita State University, judging the high school DECA competition.
Oh, that's super cool.
And so all the kids that we judged today are going to state next month. And this is my 4th year doing it. And so this will be my 2nd year as a state judge. And then I got asked by the lady at Wichita State if I would judge college kids this year. So at the end of this month, I'll be going to judge the college kids. And I'm really excited about that. So
that's crazy. So for anybody that doesn't know, tell them what DECA is.
It's I didn't have it in high school, so I just kind of learned about it. But it's a program where when I first went, I was like, this is kind of weird and creepy. But the kids get 10 minutes before they come see you. And during that time, you're prepping for them. You get a list of questions, and there's a sheet of what you're supposed to rank them on and grade them on. And they're supposed to hit all these talking points. Well, they've got 10 minutes to read the sheet, prepare their statement, come in front of you and do a 10-minute presentation, hitting all the data points, and then answering your questions all by like just rapid fire. And some of the kids are done in like 30 seconds. Some of the kids eat up all 10 minutes. And when I first did it, like the first ones that went through were not as impressive. And I was like, what am I doing wasting half of my day doing this? But then some of the kids walked in and you're sitting there going, the future is bright. These kids are knocking it out of the park. And then I started building a relationship with the coach of the school district here. And so now I'm like their prep coach. So when they get done with state and if they make it to nationals, I come in for 2 days and we run through scenarios and I rotate between them. And yeah, it's so much fun. But today there was this little girl. She was a high school sophomore. She did it last year. And she's sitting there. She sits down in front of me, and I try to treat all of them the same. And so I'm just sitting there, emotionless, listening. And then as she wouldn't start, and I was like, "It's okay to start. We're ready now." And I could tell she was super nervous. And so I'm just smiling, trying to break the ice. And then all of a sudden, these tears start forming on her eyes, and I'm like, "Oh, I just want to tell you it's okay. It's not that big of a deal." Yeah. But she started just locking up, and I'm like, take a deep breath, pretend you're in a room by yourself, and go. and she knocked it out of the park.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when she was done, I was like, so how does it feel? She's like, I'm still nervous. I'm still scared. And I said, that's okay. I get nervous and scared too. But the point is that you actually just killed it. And the only thing I said, do I have your permission to critique you? And her eyes got all big and scared. And I said, the only thing you're lacking is self-confidence.
Yeah.
So you're the fourth person that I've talked to today, and you made points and came up with items that nobody else had even said. The only difference was they were confident. So your score is going to reflect what you did. I'm not going to curve that, but just know next year when you come in, get out of your own head, and you're going to fly right through this with a big smile on your face. And she left smiling. So I thought, man, if the only reason I was there today was for her, it was a good day.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, that's tough. That is a tough spot to be, and that, yeah, confidence is.
High school's rough anyway, but I mean.
Yeah, dude, I tell my oldest, he's in middle school now. He's actually going to be a freshman next year in high school already. And I tell him that all the time, especially over the last couple of years, where I'm like, dude, here's the deal. Middle school is just weird. Everybody's awkward. Nobody, even if they act like they've got it together, nobody has it together. Like, everybody's awkward, everybody's weird. And B, if you're still listening because mom's on live, it's not going to change in high school much. It's still going to be a weird time in life. Oh, that's funny.
And wait till you're an adult, people are still faking it all the way around.
Oh, 100%. Yes. Yeah. So you're doing the DECA thing this morning. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, me, I was just working.
Yeah, I had to come home and do that.
Wad's wifey. They get weirder as adults. Yeah.
That is no joke.
Because, like, there's so many things that we grow up with where you're like, okay, they just do it because they're a kid, right? And then they become adults and they still do the same things. And I'm like, aren't we supposed to grow out of that? Like, is that really how
you just embrace it as the new normal and you just keep doing it?
Yeah, I definitely don't put too much thought into it anymore. Otherwise, you kind of lose your mind. That's for sure.
Yeah.
See if I missed any comments or anything. No, not really.
There's only 3 people on. I figured I'm on with the great Coach Wads. I expected hundreds.
I mean, it depends, It really depends.
Like, oh, this Deryk guy's on there. They don't even know which Deryk it is. They're like, I'm out.
Yeah, they're like, Deryk Faber. Who is that guy? What's that about? Wow, we just wanted to come on and hang out, just me and you. So if people want to hang out.
So I got an Amazon story that I have only admitted to 2 people that I don't know if maybe we should play some slow music.
Yeah,
because
real
I'm about
quick.
to be...
One thing I got to give a shout out because my guy Dad versus Takeout just jumped on. This dude comes on quite a bit of lives. I've been interacting with him quite a bit, so I had to give him a shout out. All right,
do it.
I did.
What's up, Dad versus Takeout?
So if you're not following him, well, I guess the only people that I don't know is the other Deryk, DH. He's super cool. He does basically he's trying to help people so they don't eat out as much, especially like dads and family members, parents, with their kids. So he does, he kind of helps you with your meal prepping and stuff like that. Hopefully I didn't completely butcher that for you. And it was funny, the first time he came on, it was like one of my first lives. It might have been my second live. And he comes on, and I kept on saying, okay, Dad, so here's the deal. And so it was just like super weird. But he loved it. Like yeah, it was super fun. He made it fun. He's like, go to your room,
Well, you called him Dad and not Daddy, so it's okay.
That's true.
That would have been super weird. Talking about awkward adults.
Yeah, no doubt. That's funny. All right, let's hear the Amazon story. So for those who don't know, Deryk and I did Amazon FBA at the same time. So yeah. Good stuff.
Without saying any names, the louder, more obnoxious of the 2 of our leadership committee.
The tall or the short one?
The tall one.
Okay.
The tall one, after the breakup, started getting all up in YouTube and everything as far as being loud, obnoxious, and pushing all his crypto and NFTs and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Debbie, what's going on?
Because I don't know if it's a gift, but I have a problem with wanting to troll people.
Did you just try to call it a gift? Okay, go on.
I created a Gmail account that is the real blank name, and then created a Twitter handle that was the real blank name,
Oh my gosh.
and used a VPN, and also stole all of his pictures and made them my own.
Oh my
And
gosh.
every time he posted, I commented as him. It was awesome.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so then I would send screenshots to Kyle and Mike, and they thought it was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that is pretty funny. That is funny. How is Kyle? That's one guy that I definitely did not keep in touch with, but
I thought I was a serial entrepreneur, but that guy I think needs therapy. He opens a new business like every other year, and the thing is they all make money.
Yeah, it seems like
everything he touches is. I tell him
family,
sometimes
he's still doing the furniture thing, right?
He's like fourth generation.
Yeah.
And then him and his brother that made one of the courses, Dan, they started a moving business.
Okay.
And then they had a scheduling business that they combined the two, and then they started advertising their furniture moving business across all of New York. And when people in areas they don't service would book an appointment, they'd find someone else and sub it out to them for a fraction of what they got paid, so they just make profit without having to worry about doing anything.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So
that's really one area that I'm trying to get better about. So Wad's wife and I were talking last night too, just about like our future and our plans and stuff. And that's one area that I definitely need to be better about, is understanding the scalability of a business, and really, instead of just creating jobs and work, I am trying to, especially with the coaching thing, is build it on scale and build it to scale, not just simply butts in the seat charging, billable hours, whatever it is, I'm
you can't exponentiate that.
No. And I've been doing it for way too long. You know what I mean?
Well, and take what we learned from the Amazon people, because a lot of that did work. I mean, the community that was built was freaking awesome. I hated that it broke up, but some of their course things you can exponentiate from. Mm-hmm. And then like what I've done is I've got a VA that any task that comes through and I'm busy, I just screenshot and say, take care of this, and follow up when I'm done and make sure it's done. Yeah,
absolutely. No, yeah, for sure. I'm trying to, because I realized quite a while ago that, I'm tired of trading hours for dollars. And that is one, yes, for all the jokes and the cracks we can make about the Amazon stuff, and all the people, like, the community was phenomenal. And
it was worth the price of admission, just meeting all you guys.
100%. It's been fantastic. And the knowledge that I personally gained from that, I'm able to take into other things. And it made me, it kind of really did make me open my eyes to, what you're doing is not scalable. It's, it is sustainable, but it's not going to achieve the things that you want to achieve. It's not going to lead to those things. So there's a lot of good that came out of it, for sure.
Yeah. For sure. When I was doing the morning show with Lindsay before I did it with Chad, one of the episodes we were in Vegas, and we happened to meet there with our spouses and did it live from the Strip.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was so much fun. Just the people there, man.
Mm-hmm. I know I really want to figure out how I can be more mobile with the setup too, because as I start doing more of the podcasts and more of the things like that, I want to be able to go to people if they're not able to come to me. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out how to be better about that stuff too.
I'll make you a separate video and send it to you what I use. I got some stuff. I haven't been putting any content out, but I'm going to start. But there's some pretty inexpensive ways to do some pretty cool things. I'll show you what I've got.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
When was the last time you talked to Shrone?
Oh, it's probably been years.
Okay.
Every once in a while, he'll comment on like one of my posts or reels or something on Facebook, and every once in a while, I haven't done it recently, but I should reach out to him though and be like, "Hey, man."
It's been a while. I've probably
see his stuff
been 2 or 3 years since I've talked with him.
Yeah, I'll see his stuff and then I'll like it and whatnot. But yeah, I haven't kept up. I should see, because I know he still has his group on Facebook. While it's on location. That's funny. So Dad versus Takeout says the Coach Wads method. Actually, the Coach Wads method is called the mindset framework. Just so you know, Dad. That's so weird. I still
Just so you
find
know.
it weird. But then he says Wads on location. That would be fun. I'd come see you, Dad versus Takeout. Deryk, I'd come hang out with you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, 'cause isn't Denver about halfway for us?
In the wrong direction. So Denver's like due south, and then you're like due east.
Yeah, but I mean, drive time wise, it's pretty close to halfway.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have
About
headphones?
am I echoing?
Yeah.
I can find some.
Sorry.
Let me see if these things will turn on.
I think it's just because your mic is so good. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. You could hear me just fine.
No echo.
There is no echo. That's good. I love it. I can hear you.
Yeah, next time I'll have it set up on my desktop and I'll have my microphone working instead of just the phones.
Yeah, no worries. Ooh, now I'm way loud. That's terrible. In Gettysburg, PA. You have to go back to history class. There will be a test to go to Gettysburg. You know, my oldest has come home the last 2 weeks with a sheet in, I believe it's in his social studies class. But he comes, and it's a front, back, whatever, and it's something that you're supposed to fill out with your parents. And it's questions about like the Constitution and the country, government, stuff like that. And I'll be honest, I was surprised at how much I knew. I don't know everything, but it was a lot more than I thought I did. I was pretty impressed. He actually knew a lot more than I did, which is good because he should. But
I'd watch that Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader show and quit watching it because it just made me mad.
I know, right? It's like, wait a minute.
It's like, why do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that? That's not something you're supposed to know. Yeah. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, I was trying to look up. Sean's stuff. I mean, it says it's still alive. I don't know. Huh, anyway. So what else is...
I log into Kajabi just to see if the class stuff's still there because I paid for a lifetime membership and darn it, I want my lifetime.
Is it all still there?
Yeah, it was about 6 months ago.
Yeah. I haven't logged in. There was something else. Oh, I think it was Think Media. They've got a plethora of information, but they had a Kajabi, and so I would log in through that, and then I would see the Amazon stuff, and I would be like, oh, memories. Wad's wifey says our audio's better, so that's good.
Oh, good. As long as she's happy, then I'm happy.
Right? That's what matters. That is what matters.
I went to a Kansas City, Minnesota game last year in Minneapolis and then took half a day and drove up to see Bale's place. That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Got a tour of his shop, met his workers.
Man, that's a dude that, like, he is a go-getter, man.
He's starting another business. He didn't tell me what it is, but I talked with him like 3 days ago, and he's ready to start another business.
So is he still doing, because I saw also he added like mobile spas or something to his catalog.
That guy does whatever he touches.
Yeah.
Like when I was there, he gave me a tour of his wood shop, and he was getting the topographical maps of all the lakes in Minnesota, and then he was going to literally carve them out and sell them at the lake. So here's the actual lake and where all the deep ends and all this stuff was. Like, it just... what goes through his mind, I don't... He's on another level.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. I love it. Yeah, he's a good dude. He was fun to meet as well. Man, he had some energy too. Holy cow, that guy.
Yeah. And he's taller than I thought. I mean, I'm 6'5", so not many people. I'm like, dang, you're tall.
Yeah.
But he's like 6'4". Like, we were eye to eye.
Is he really? I didn't. No way.
Yeah. He's way taller than I thought he would be.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I would not have guessed that at all. So, okay. We all can see that you're a KC fan.
And
Uh,
not my whole life, probably since I was 7 or 8.
any groundbreaking predictions for the weekend?
That at the end of the game, everyone's going to blame the refs for the Chiefs win.
Everybody's already blaming the refs for the Chiefs
Right.
Chiefs win.
And I
Well,
remember
Ryder, what's
doing
going
that
on?
when the Patriots were winning, so it's fun.
Yeah, yeah. It is pretty funny. People are pretty clever, like when they come out with their memes and stuff, But
Yeah.
so I was listening to the Kelsey brothers this morning on taking the boys to school, and they had the Manning brothers on, which is, I mean, I love the Manning brothers, and then you get the Kelsey brothers together, and you get all four of them. Oh my gosh, it is. I don't know what about it, but it just makes me happy. And dude, they are giving each other crap the whole time. But it was just that's a fun podcast to listen to, is that. But they were talking about, how the Super Bowl is gonna go, and yeah, it was good. So I recommend anybody check that one out if you like.
It's going to be a good game.
I think so. I might watch it. We'll see.
I might. I might watch it.
So apparently I
It
found
sucks
out
because-
that so the Kelsey brothers have 4 Super Bowls between the two of them, and the Manning brothers have 4 between the two of them. So they were like asking Peyton, like, who you going for? Are you going for the Eagles just so that we could still be tied in championships? Like giving him a hard time, dude. It was good. It was good. What were you gonna say?
No, you were asking how long I've been a Chiefs fan. When Andy Reid's first year in Kansas City, we played in Philadelphia, and my brother was like, "Hey, I want to go to this game. Do you want to go with me?" And I was like, "No, I've got a family. I'm not going to fly to Philly for a 4-day weekend." He's like, "If I buy your game ticket, will you go with me?" And I was like, "Well, if I just got to pay for a plane and a place to stay, I'll consider it." He goes, "There's a caveat though. I want you to dress up like Andy Reid." So I dressed up like Andy Reid in his first year in Kansas City. I had just the mustache. I had headphones, a headset. I had a Jack Stack menu that was laminated, and I probably had 40 or 50 beers handed to me from the parking lot to walk. Like, I hear all this stuff about Philly fans and how mean they are, but
Yeah.
dude, they loved me.
Oh my
I got
gosh.
dragged onto the field. I was on, like, we won. Alex Smith it was a Thursday night game. He won the MVP of the game, whatever MVP of Thursday night football really means.
Yeah.
But they called me out onto the stage to present him with the award, and I got pictures. I'll have to text you of me walking up there, handing it to him, and they told me ESPN told me that if I acted stupid, that they would make me look stupid on national TV and not to embarrass them. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" After the game, I was walking around on the 50-yard line in Eagle Stadium meeting, and it's the game that they put Donovan McNabb in the Hall of Fame or the Ring of Honor.
What? So, yeah, wild.
Like, everything about that was freaking awesome.
Dude, that is super cool. That's awesome. Yeah, you got to send pictures. Like they say, pictures or it didn't happen.
Right. Now I've got pictures. I got pictures of me and Sterling Sharp talking outside the stadium. We were debating about who was better tight end. He said his brother was. His brother was not better than Kelsey.
Not a fan of Shannon?
I do not like. I went to a Chiefs Broncos game and I witnessed Shannon spitting on a fan, and I didn't like him since then.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
that's wild.
He's a good player. There's lines you don't cross, and I'm sure the fan crossed many lines before he got to that point. But.
Oh, sure, yeah. But of course, you don't see that, right? It's always the retaliation that everybody sees. You know,
just like on the field, it's the guy that hits back, not the guy that starts it.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So, are you a Broncos fan then? I assume.
Negative.
Not everybody in that area was just Broncos fans.
No, garbage. No, I'm not. I don't have an NFL fan or an NFL team. I'm more, and I mean, I've kind of lost my. I love the game of football, so I do enjoy watching it. I just don't go out of my way to watch it. Sometimes we'll have. Well, we almost have it on all winter long, but I won't sit and watch an entire game. We did go to. So here's a cool thing. Wad's wife, you can correct me on this. 14 years ago, when her and I were early in our relationship, she took me to a Broncos Colts games because she's a huge Colts fan. All of her family, well, a lot of her family's from Indiana. Well, this year, so 14 years later, we had the chance to go to a Colts Broncos game again this year, and so that was super fun. And this time we got to take her dad. Oh, her dad? No, I lied. 14 years ago, her dad went with us, and so we got to take him again 14 years later, and then this time we got to include our boys too. So it was like, dad, grandpa, and the grandkids. So it was super fun. It was a lot of fun to go. I'm not a Broncos fan. I do like football, but I don't. There's a lot of stuff about the NFL that I don't like. The other problem too is I have a hard time sitting still, and if I do, I fall asleep. And so like if I sit and watch an entire game, it's really tough. Now, when we get into playoffs and championships, kind of the same thing with basketball, all sports, even baseball. And baseball's my jam. Like I love all sports, but baseball is my number one. I still have a hard time sitting down and watching if it's not live. If I'm live, I could watch it all day long. But
right. So what MLB team do you follow?
Oh, the Atlanta Braves all day long, baby.
That's too bad.
Atlanta Braves.
I've been a Dodger fan my whole life. So
oh God, my oldest is a Dodgers fan, which is tough. So here's the tough part. It's a bummer. So I may have shed a tear or two when Chipper retired. Like, I love Chipper. I still to this day, he's super awesome. Freddie Freeman then was my next guy. Like, I'll be honest. And then when he got traded yeah, dude. But here's the thing. I still love and will continuously cheer on players. Like, I don't care where you go.
Right.
So like dude, I'll be honest, I got chills when he hit that grand slam walk-off home run. And actually I've used that in a clip of that in two different of my videos. Cause I love it. I'm like, dude, Freddie, dude, I love it. I don't care. It's for the Dodgers, whatever. I'm not a fan of the Dodgers, but Freddie's my man.
I started laughing because I was watching Wad's wifey's comments about you may have cried.
May have. Yeah. You cried. Just, what's going on? How are you, Just? Just is another regular. She comes in. She hangs out with me and Trapper often while we're on lives
she was
too.
On last time you had me on, so that was cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so Braves all day long. I do love me some Freddie. And there's other players on the Dodgers that I like. So, I mean, yes, I am a Braves fan. I love the Braves. But it's kind of like NFL too. I follow players and watch players,
Baseball, I just hate the Yankees. So there's really not many other teams I just dislike. But,
yeah.
I was born outside of LA, so I'm Dodgers Lakers my whole life.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That literally has been my team forever. So
here's the crazy part. I don't know why my oldest is a Dodgers fan. I honestly don't know. I should ask.
That would be a good question.
Because that's the other thing too, is I definitely don't push. Like, if my kids want to like whoever they like, that's fine with me. Like, I don't care. I may give him a hard time, and I do. You could ask him. I give him a hard time. But I'm not, like, I don't care. You can like who you want,
Does he flash the rings for you?
He definitely talks a little trash now and again. My youngest is a Broncos fan, but that's because Grandpa's a Broncos fan. Grandpa's a diehard, so...
So, hot take. What is your official take on Trevor Bauer?
Who the heck is Trevor Bauer?
You don't know who Trevor Bauer is?
Dude, I'm telling you,
he's the pitcher that got taken out of the game when he was in Milwaukee and from the mound threw the ball instead of giving it to his coach over the center field wall.
Oh, that's that dude. I don't know. Like... I love that he's
like, if you follow his Twitter, he's literally saying that he is the best pitcher that's been blackballed from the game. And I don't know that I disagree with that, but he's also a lot of drama in the clubhouse.
So here's the deal. This is how I look at it. And this is probably comes from a little bit from the dad side of me, but also coaching side of me. I love passion. I love when, oh man, like when my oldest and my youngest starts, he's starting to play now too with the travel ball, but like, when my oldest strikes a kid out and he gives that little fist pump, and it's not like a lot, it's not like extravagant or anything, but it's that little, just like, oh, I love it. But dude, yeah, throwing it over, like you're just throwing a freaking fit like that. I don't know Trevor. Like obviously I was like, who the heck is Trevor Bauer? But I just, yeah, I do know who you're talking about now. And I'm sorry, dude. Like, you have to own up to your actions, right? Like, here's the deal.
Oh, for sure.
This is what I try to teach my boys and clients too, is you have a choice to make with every situation, right? And you make the choice and then you live with it. And every choice comes with consequences, whether it's good or bad, right? So if Trevor had done that and then came back and said, instead of saying, oh, I'm the best pitcher to be blackballed from blah, 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 whatever, instead if he said, you know what, I made a mistake that was out of, it was, yes, I did it in the moment and this and that and whatever, but I made a mistake and I want to try and do better. I'd probably have a lot more respect for him. But if he's just sitting there talking trash and like, oh, I'm the best and just fighting it from that angle, I'm like, dude, then I don't want anything to do with you. I'll be honest. Like, that's how I would.
He is polarizing. I don't really have a take either way because I really just don't care. It doesn't affect me that much. But
yeah,
last season he pitched in the Mexican League.
Okay.
And he vlogged the whole season, and it was really cool. Like, he would wear a lapel mic. You could hear him commentating. Then after the game, he'd talk about different situations and some of the guys he'd face in the majors. And
okay,
like, he would even tell some of the guys on the mound live game what pitch was coming and still get them out. And I was just like, now that's some pretty ballsy stuff right there.
That's some confidence right there. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's not MLB, but it's also against former players.
Dude, it doesn't matter. Like, it's an elite level of the game, right?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you still have what, 0.03 seconds to react to an 80-mile-an-hour fastball or whatever it is, and that's 80, not 90 or whatever. I don't know what the actual is, but like, baseball is the hard, in my opinion, baseball is the hardest sport to play. It's not like the most. I wouldn't say that it's like. At times, it's definitely not the most physical. You don't have to be the most athletic, but there are aspects of the game that are the most challenging in sports. That's my hot take.
I have it as hot as 1B, and 1A I have hockey. Because the puck's traveling around the 100-mile-an-hour mark, and you're skating as well as hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I'm not disagreeing. I would say the hardest single act in any sport is trying to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah. You know what's wild though? I'm gonna give a shout out to softball players. You know how small their field is? Like, the pitcher is like so in Major League Baseball, your pitcher is 60 feet 6 inches away from you. I don't know what it is at softball, and it doesn't change. So like, as the boys get older, they start closer, right? The pitchers, and then they get further and further away until you get into like Legion style ball, and then it's 60 foot 6 inches, and it's a decent amount away, dude. Softball, that pitching circle or whatever the rubber, I don't even know what it is, but it's freaking close, and they can throw, like, they can huck the ball.
What's really fun is you get some guys that play like D1 baseball, get in the box with a fast pitch, and they just get blown away. They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Not what they thought.
No, it's wild. It is wild. It's crazy. So we have a cousin that played Division I softball, and it was super fun to watch her play, like, growing up and all that. And she was a catcher. She's a beast. But she's here now. She was in Indiana, but now she's living here locally. But she plays Romaine. What's going on, Romaine? She plays just adult softball here, like slow pitch, and just dominates. And she's on some really good teams. And then her significant other right now, he's plays travel softball, adult softball. It's ridiculous. They're like really good, really, really good. It's been a long time since I've played.
I didn't even know travel softball was a thing.
Oh yeah, it's like semi-professional, I guess I could call it. No, you could call it professional because some of them do get paid. Like, it's a real thing. But yeah. Romaine, what's up, dude? Romaine, where you been? What are you doing, my man? Oh.
How often do you go live?
So I'm trying to be better about it. A few times a week. I'm really trying to set like an actual schedule so that I can, because I've had quite a few people ask me, like, what is your live schedule? Because we want to be on with you often. And then my buddy Trapper, he goes on almost every evening. I would say 4 or 5 times a week. And so I want to be better about getting with him as well. So a few times a week, but as things progress, hopefully more and more.
I'm trying to be more intentional and make videos for YouTube and trying to get that going a lot more than what I had done in the past. But um,
Yeah.
when you're editing and thumbnailing and all the research yourself, it takes away from family. So it's rough.
It is. It's tough. It is a challenge. That's one area that I need to be better about too, is just doing more of the long form stuff. And in fact, I had a subscriber on YouTube reach out to me and be like, "Hey, it's been a while since you've done something. I love your stuff. When's the next one coming out?" And I'm like, "Oh, I need to. Like, I just need to I need to make it a priority. I just have to. This year, I've said, you know what? I'm going to double down on the mindset coaching business, and I'm going to make it work and make it be the thing. And I need to be better about my long form, and then doing the podcast and getting out there and talking to more people. And whether it's just my talking head type of videos or it's interviews, all that stuff. So I need to be better about that as well.
Are you doing speaking events and stuff?
Not yet. I'm not. That's another aspect of the coaching business that I really want to
Bro, it is
start
so
pushing.
like it is fun.
Is
I've
it?
been doing it now for almost 2 years, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
I know that's what it, so I've got my buddy Trapper who I go on with. He's doing some coaching stuff as well. And he's actually going through an accreditation course on coaching and mentorship and whatnot. And that's one thing that they're really pushing is even starting out small and, like high schools and colleges and things like that. And yeah. And so like, he's like, dude, you need to do that. They're locally. And I'm like, yeah, I do. There's only 2 high schools, in our local area. I guess kind of 2.5.
I drive the state. If it's within 6 hours, I drive.
Yeah, I should be better about it. I am putting myself out there more and more with everything. For instance, they just opened up a youth, well, they call it Wild Sports Ranch. And it's basically just a sports complex. And they were looking for, like athletic performance coaches. And so I went to them as a coach, because that is what I do, athletic and performance coaching, but from the mindset aspect. And I don't think that really went anywhere, but that's another thing that I'm going to do is work on getting some certifications myself, from the mindset, the wellness area, that sort of thing. So I can have a little bit of credibility as far as that goes. You know what I mean? So
the hardest part when you do speaking is generally after you're done talking, you've got a group of people that want to come talk to you, and making sure you're giving up the time equally. And then like, especially with what you do, when I talk about credit stuff and trying to, especially with business people, explain separating personal and business and all that junk, is when you go to a conference or you're doing a big speaking engagement and they're there for it, they're all pumped up. It's that letdown afterwards. How do you try to curb and prevent that? So as you start to do those things, the biggest thing I would say is in your mind start to plant seeds is, how can I have drip campaigns? How do I keep touching them in a way where the fire doesn't go out?
What do you mean? Just because they're just amped because they're there for the live thing, and then when it's done, it's just kind of like going to like a concert, like it's super cool, and then when you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's the same mentality of January when everyone sets the resolutions, but by March it's all gone.
Yeah.
So like they're right in front of you. They're really passionate. They want to do this, and then 4 to 6 weeks later, it's, man, that was fun. I really wish I would have kept this going.
Yeah, the engagement. Yeah. And that's where I'm trying to build, again, going back to the Amazon thing, is I'm really want to build a community to where it doesn't always just have to be me. You know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite sayings that our friend always says is, a rising tide raises all ships. And that's really what I'm envisioning when I think of a community, is because I'm a part of a few of them that do that. Like these guys right here, I've been with Mountain Tough Fitness Labs for 5 years. And they built an amazing community where people just get on and we suffer through the workouts together. And it's phenomenal. Like people they go on there and they post every once in a while, but it's pretty much community driven, and it's amazing. And I'm like, that is what I aspire to have, is a community where people can help each other, you know?
Yeah. That's what I loved about doing the morning show. I mean, it was 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I did it for almost 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's wild. I forgot that it was
And
that long.
like, yeah, because it was just me for a while, and then Lindsay came on, and then I think Chad and I were about 18 months together. But people would pop on and off, and they'd ask questions. You literally would help them build a business. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what killed me. Is like they could have had such an amazing community. There's so many solid people in there that you get to the number that it was. Anyway, I don't want to
Yeah.
go back down that negative. That
No, for sure.
negativity needs to get out of the room.
Yeah, no, we'll flip it and reverse it like we were talking the other day. But yeah, no, I mean, that is one thing. There's a lot of different aspects that I'm really trying to focus on without trying to do too much, because I don't want to put too many irons in the fire and then not do any of them. You know what I mean? So
That's hard.
yeah,
I'm really bad at that.
I am too. I've got like all these things that I've envisioned in my head that I want to do, you know. But I have to remember, like, get one in place and then move to the next one. Get that one in place, move to the next one, and it's just going to take time. And in fact, I was thinking about shooting a video about it today, but I was actually having a conversation with myself, like I often do, this morning, and I was legit telling myself, like, dude, if you really are going to do the things that you want to do and continue to do them and push them, you're just gonna have to suck it up and just do it, you know. Like we don't watch a whole lot of TV in the house, you know. We're super. I mean, we have the boys are doing all these activities and everything, but dude, if I got to be up till, and this will sound dumb, like I'm an old geezer, but if I have to be up till 10 or 11 at night to do these things, but again, I get up at 4:45 in the morning to work out. But if I have to be up that late, then you just got to do it. And if you're gonna be a little bit tired, you're just gonna have to do it. Like you just have to. You know, there's no other way around it. And that was kind of.
If you want the results, you have to do what it takes to get it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you get what you put in. So, yeah, 100%.
Are you, without details, are you still doing what you were doing professionally years ago?
So the design stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. And it hasn't been as busy as I would like to over the last couple of years, but I think the next 4 years, wink, wink, is going to be a little better. But I'm also trying to steer clear of that. So a little bit of insight. This is kind of interesting. What was it? 2017, when I went out on my own, I said, if I am doing the exact same thing that I am doing today in 10 years, then I have failed. That 10 years comes in 2.5 years. And so that is my goal, that in 2.5 years, I mean, in a shorter amount of time, I'm hoping, but in 2.5 years that I'm only doing it if I absolutely want to. And I'll be honest, I don't think I want to anymore. So that's my ultimate goal, is to.
So then, putting on my business coach hat, what is your end game? Like, are you gonna have something else and you walk away from it? Are you gonna build a book of business that has some value and you're gonna sell it, and your end game is to get some financial reward for your time of the last 10 years?
I guess I haven't looked at whether or not I'm building it to have an exit. I think that's the kind of the question that you're alluding to. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if you've got 2.5 years and you're 7.5 in.
Yeah, but not the wads, not the design stuff. I'm not like that, because that here, and this is just real being real right now, right? I realized probably 3 or 4, probably more than that, 5 years ago, pretty early on into just going on my own, that I didn't create a business. I created a job for myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's not scalable. Like we were talking earlier, it's not scalable. Now it could be, but yet I haven't pushed it for that, because I've been so focused on working in the business rather than working on the business. And there have been times when I have tried to make it scalable, but then the work just becomes so enormous that I just have to get my butt in the seat and I have to work it. Excuses, those are excuses. I get it, they are. But I also, after kind of realizing that maybe that isn't my ultimate passion or my ultimate purpose and goal in life. I kind of realized that, hey, it's good enough for, it's gotten us where we are today in life, but it's not sustainable. And so with the other things that my wife and I are doing, we're working on building, multiple revenue streams that can sustain us. Now, when it comes to like the coaching, I want that to be scalable. And then if at some point, I don't know how you would exit out of that or if you would actually sell that, but I don't think that that's necessarily a part of the overall plan. What up, Shop Squad? What up, Samantha? How are you?
I don't know. Scalable would be hiring other people and making sure they're following your ethics and all the other stuff that represents your brand. But as far as selling it would be your book of business to another coach that would be on the condition of, I can't guarantee they're going to stick with you, but here's a warm handoff and see what you can do with it. And there's some value in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I'll say that I'm doing good, Shop Squad. Sitting here hanging out with my buddy Deryk. We're just kind of talking shop right now. Yeah, I don't know that I've thought about the exit, and maybe that's not the right way to go about it, but I think like I've said many times, is my goal is to be in service of others and ignite people's self-confidence so that they can create a better future. And that's what I'm focused on right now, is creating that value to bring to people on a large scale. Now, what that means later on down the road, I don't know. As far as
every exit though has monetary value to it.
That's true.
So like what your passion is can be your exit strategy, where you have a protege and you literally hand them something that they can do with what they're selling.
Yeah, so
that could fill your cup.
The scalable side of that is the way I'm thinking about it, is I create systems, if you will, that can remove me from the actual, I don't want to say work because that's the terrible word, but it would remove me from that process. You know what I mean? Like I was talking earlier with the community, like it being a community driven thing, that there would also be other coaches with me and other individuals within the organization that could step in, like in a sales. Oh, thanks for the gift. I appreciate it. Hey, Samantha, how are you? I saw you popped out and popped back in. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Shop Squad, you're still here hanging. But yeah, I think that's the idea, that's how I would want to scale it, is set up these systems and have them to where I could go out to more people rather than just simply one-on-one. Cause I always want a one-on-one, but I want to be able to build systems to where it can reach out to, a larger group of people as well. Does that make sense?
Are you using automations?
I'm working on trying to get those automations set up, but yes, that's the idea.
What CRM are you using?
I'm not. So we'll get to that in just a second. I got to give a shout out to Samantha. Yeah, Samantha, keep working. I know you guys are working on that house, but if you want to come back and hang out, I don't know how long we'll be on, but who knows? I'm having fun. My iPad and phone keep dying. Oh, plug them in, just kidding. So I like giving her a hard time. Both her and Samantha, they're good sports. They're super awesome. They're always hanging out with us. So yeah, the CRM I am not currently. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah.
And
what do you recommend?
I'm using Go High Level.
Go High Level. Okay.
I love it because most people that have it can sell. Like, you can either get a package where you can sell it to others, or you can fall under someone else's account. Most accounts are in the $97 a month range. And I think
okay.
It's $300 a month to have your own that you can sell to others.
Okay.
And so what I like about it is if you start with the $100 a month and you build all these automations yourself, and then you want to create your own brand for the $300 a month.
Hold on. Did you see her? She made an appearance.
I saw a tail, and I thought there was something in the background.
Yeah, that was her. That was our cat, Jackie.
Yes. Jackie wanted to say hi to me. Hi, Jackie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but she usually She usually is just hiding. Oh, thanks for the gift. I don't know what that whole join my team thing is all about. I got to figure that out. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I'm listening about the CRM.
Oh, you're good.
I was writing it down. So go high level. Yeah.
But what I like about it is if you transfer yours from someone else under your own or to another person because you get a better deal, they can actually clone everything you've done and bring it into it so you don't lose everything.
Interesting.
It does website hosting. It does my phone calls. It records every call that I make. It has auto drip campaign. Like, it does literally everything. I gave my virtual assistant a login so she can access it from where she's at.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I run my whole business off of it.
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I know Trapper always talks about it too, like his CRM and this and that. And when he just, speaking of exits, he just exited his company that he had for 20 years. And that was one of the things that when he was going into the business that bought his, was they were running the same CRM. And so he was like, there was somebody there that didn't really know how to run the CRM very well, but he was going to be Trapper's, I don't think his direct boss, but he was at a higher level. And Trapper's like, I'll come in and show you how to run that in 5 minutes. You know, he was very confident about that, but that's not something that I have made a priority, but I need to. I do understand that.
Yeah, like you could set up text coach to a number that you've bought that's a digital coach attached to the CRM.
Sure.
And then it automatically gives them a scheduling link and all these other, like, you can funnel it down to questionnaire. I love all that.
I do. I need to do that for sure. I need to get something like that set up. Absolutely. I mean, the tech that I'm using, and you and I have kind of touched on it a little bit. Hey, Violet, what's going on? The tech that I am using is AI. So I use ChatGPT quite a bit. And I've actually, I mean, it's not completely developed, and I'm still working through it and working on progressing it as I go to make it do exactly what I want it to. But I've got it set up to do my business roadmap, which is, you know, basically a business plan, but the actionable steps. And then I've got an executive assistant and a like content manager. And I'm still working on developing all those so that they will do the things that I want them to do and how I want them to do that, because it's a process. You can't just go into ChatGPT and just say, hey, give me this. Now, it will give you an output, but it may not be exactly what you want. You know that. You know about AI.
Yeah.
You
got to train it to do what you want it to.
Yeah, but it's super powerful. Here's the crazy part is I'm talking to Trapper 2, and he's doing his accreditation coaching. Some of the things that we talk about that he says that they're bringing up are the same things that I'm getting in my outputs through ChatGPT, which is super awesome. It makes me feel good, like, because we have different, my wife and I were talking about this last night a little bit, was we have different levels of resources. And so I'm trying to leverage these resources versus these resources, you know, so him and I are at different levels, but we're kind of on the same path, but we're, you know what I'm talking about. Like, And so, yeah, it's interesting. But it's fun. That's actually one thing that
What I started getting the most benefit from ChatGPT and Gemini and all of them is when you start telling it to ask you questions to give you the output you need.
Yeah.
Answering the questions thoroughly. If you're not doing that, you're burning yourself.
100%. Yeah. And it's cool. You can actually have it. You have to be thorough. And once you do start doing that, then you see the quality of the outputs and you're like, oh, like this is powerful. Yeah. Like it can do some, like, for instance, I've got my executive assistant chat set up now to where, so I've been doing this for years and years and years, but I do a Monday morning meeting with myself. It sounds silly, but that's one of the ways, like, I do my mindset journal, you know what I mean? And I'll go through my week essentially, just like, cause this is how I took it is, listen, I do have a business, or we have a couple businesses between my wife and myself, and we have our personal life. We've got all this stuff going on. I need to be able to sit down just like you do when you have weekly check-ins at your corporate job or whatever, you know? And I was like, I need to start doing that with myself so I know where I'm at. But anyway, I set my ChatGPT, my executive assistant chat I go and sit down Monday morning and I'm like, okay, it's time for our Monday morning weekly meeting. And it says, okay, here's what we need to go through. And then I type out what to go through, and then it spits out a priority list on and actionable items of what we're going to do based on my other chats too. So I have them linked to where it'll go back to my business roadmap. It'll go look at my content manager, and and depending on the section, it'll give me priority lists that I can work through for the week as well. It's something that I was doing, but not to that level. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. How long did it take you to train it?
I mean, I've been working on it since that specifically, probably, I don't know, like a few days, with not like constant effort, but I found I found a prompt that I could use and then modified it to work for me, and then kind of tweaked it as I go, you know?
That's one thing I've sucked at, is trying to find something to like prompts, and I just ask it what I think I want it to do, and then give it permission to ask questions and hope that it gives me the output I want.
Yeah, day to day, like I'll go in and I'll be working on something specifically, and then I'll be like, ooh, I have this idea for a video. I kind of have a script, but let's try and work it out a little bit better. You know what I mean? Or, hey, give me a little bit more catchy hook or SEO that I can work with, you know? And rather than me having to go to Google and doing all the research. And so like day to day, I'll just be like, hey, I need help with a script. And I'll be like, all right, let's get started. You know? So it's like, sometimes it's pretty in depth, but then sometimes it's also just generic. But yeah, I'm still working through some of them, like my business roadmap. That one right now, I'm working through analyzing other successful people in my niche and looking at their careers and seeing, you know, kind of what worked for them.
I'm going to pull this up real quick.
Yeah.
Something that I've done. Have you heard of TurboScribe?
I have. It sounds familiar, I should say.
So what I do is, Kansas is a one-party state, so I don't have to announce to people I'm recording phone calls, which obviously I'm not using against them. But I take the WAV file, I upload it into TurboScribe, it transcribes the entire thing, and then I put that into ChatGPT to summarize it in an email form. And then, so for every lead I have, after I do the free phone call, which is typically a 30-minute conversation, ChatGPT summarizes it, puts it in an email form, and I send them, hey, here's a summary of what your pain points are, what I think we can do, everything, and it helps close so many deals. It's amazing.
And does that then back end into your CRM and it's all ran, or is that just okay? Dude, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
The CRM has the WAV files that I download to that. ChatGPT summarizes it, then I take ChatGPT's findings back into the CRM where I send the email from. All that is stored in each client's file.
I gotcha. Yeah, see, that's what I need to do for sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so Dad's back on. Dad, what's going on, Dad? So he's commenting about the different AI stuff, and he's like, I've tried it with a book material and with folks I want to learn from, then ask questions. It's the actual person coaching.
Dad, but I know it's not right,
so I have done that too. For instance, so speaking of that, Dad, like, it just still sounds weird. Speaking of that, takeout, it doesn't. Every time I say it, yeah. So takeout, like, that's for sure. I do that with YouTube videos. I've done it with books. I've done it with articles. One thing, sorry, this is kind of going off on a tangent. What up, Nana? See, we got Dad in here and we got Nana. Who doesn't love Dad and Nana? Like, this is awesome. The name is Dave. Sweet. Now, Dave, I'm going to write this down so I can quit calling you Dad. Dave. What was I talking about? Oh, one thing, this is just kind of left field, but it's along the AI. I did not know that when you're just browsing Google and an article comes up, you can click the little tools menu and say, read this to me. And so, like, I'll be listening to a podcast or a thought will pop up into my head and I'm like, I want to research that. Like, I'm driving, right? I'm like, ooh, I want to research that. So I'll do, like, stop at a stoplight, because I don't do it while I'm driving. But I'll stop at a stoplight and be like, okay, and I'll pull up the article and I'm like, God, but I want to read this. I didn't know, because I'm an idiot, that you can actually tell Google to read it to you. And so I'm like, this is freaking phenomenal. So then I can listen to the article. And then, like you were talking about, Dave, is you can go then in later on, and because it's on my phone, and then I can input it into like a chat GPT and say, hey, quickly summarize this for me. I was like, what? Use Google Notebook. It'll turn it into a podcast. What? Oh, like a script? It'll write a script? That's crazy. You can do that to your text messages on your phone. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not that much of an idiot. But I do text messages, right? I listen to them in here. The one thing,
say, I'm old, but I'm not that old.
I'm old, but I'm not that old. Yeah, I am old. No, I'm just kidding.
You're younger than me, so stop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's just crazy how powerful technology can be. It took me a long time to get on the TikTok bandwagon, and it was always because I had my mindset was in the wrong place. Like about how
great drop there.
Did you like that? You like that? So I'm having fun now. Because I always had the wrong mindset around social media, and just, I was always like, oh, it's just such a drain on you, and like it's all negativity and this and that. And I had this epiphany a long time ago, because I've been on there a while now and on social media in general, but it only is a drag if you make it a drag. You know what I mean? Like Jocko Willink, his book Extreme Ownership, a phenomenal book. And he talks about that, about taking ownership of your life. And that's one aspect. If you are looking for negativity, you'll find it. If you're looking for positivity, you'll find that too. And social media is a perfect example of that. You can use it as a benefit or as a negative. I know. So takeout. Yeah. So here's an idea. Tell me, Deryk, you can tell me too. And everybody else in the chat, Deryk, DH, takeout, shop squad, just, you guys can all tell me. Cammie, now you're here. What's up, girl? You guys, Lucy, you guys can all tell me if this is crazy. I have had this idea, and somebody's probably done it, because I haven't done it yet. Not saying that it was my own idea. I'm sure other people way smarter than me have already tried this. I want to shoot some podcasts, like almost like a series, like, because I like to have I want to do different types of podcasts, like where I do just straight talking heads, which is pretty much what my podcast has been up to this point. But I also want to do interviews. I also want to do things like this, where you and I just get on whatever and we BS or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The other one that I want to do, though, is to where I use ChatGPT as like my podcast host or guest. And it's me and the computer talking back and forth to each other. I got to figure out how to figure that out. So takeout, it sounds like...
My pastor does that, so I'll find out what he does. Yeah, he does that with Bible verses. It
sounds like takeout said you can turn it into a 2-person podcast chat, like actual voices. Dude, takeout... Yeah, I mean, takeout, you and I have talked about collaborating anyway, but we need to. Man, my list is long.
Text me your email address, because I'm going to send you a thumbnail that I had Canva Pro make for me using their AI. I want your thoughts on it.
All right. You don't have my email address, or what do you need?
It's not. It's on my phone, which I'm live on, so I can't look it up. But it's not in my Gmail.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I was like, just text me, but you're on your phone. I get you.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah.
You need to get on the. You need to get on the 2-phone thing and then shoot on a camera. Come on, my man. Just kidding.
I know pimping ain't easy, but I'm not quite there yet.
I just like give it, Deryk. I love it, dude. You get my humor, because some people would be like, I'm like, no, man, it's all good. I'm in. The 3 of us should. Yeah, absolutely. Samantha. Is Samantha back? Oh, no. Samantha's not back yet. I thought she was. Sam! Yeah, so I just sent you my email. So that's the one for... Okay.
I just sent you the thumbnail. So everything was done by AI on Canva except for the words and the CFPB graphic.
Okay. Let me go into my Gmail and check it out. You probably don't want me to share it with everybody, do you?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
It's good. It was in my newsletter I released yesterday, and it's going to be my thumbnail for my YouTube I'm putting out either tonight or in the morning.
I'm going to share this with everybody.
Isn't that awesome?
Dude, that's pretty cool. So I've used ChatGPT or AI to create some thumbnails, and I'll try to find those in a minute, but I got to share this. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, man. I was trying to make it bigger. Hold on a minute so everybody could see. That's freaking cool, yeah.
I almost said that's what she said, but I decided not to.
Hold on a minute. I'm trying to make it bigger. Here we go. Dude, that's cool, yeah. That's fun. I'm going to see if I can find...
Once you learn what prompts to tell it and what your expectations are. Like the first
super
time
powerful.
It was a horrible elephant and a pitiful looking donkey fighting over a wadded piece of paper. I'm like, that is not what I want.
Takeout. Dave says, give the elephant Trump hair.
I love it.
I should turn on. Can you see the chat box, Deryk?
It's very small, so like I have all the request boxes, so I get like 1 or 2 lines, and that's it. So if multiple
I
people,
I had
or
it
if it's
turned.
a long
Oh, I
message,
see what you say. Yeah, because it's on. Oh man, turn that off. I'm just switching things. Yeah, I was gonna go to my YouTube page because I did a couple. I did a couple that I used AI. So my banner and everything, like on all my socials, was all generated via, not all generated, but I generated parts and pieces of images and then created them, put them together to make what I wanted because I had this vision in my head and I couldn't get AI to do it how I wanted. So I was like, okay, this is dumb. I'm asking it too much at once. Let me just ask for certain parts and pieces and then I will put it together how, and make what's in my head. Um, so I did that with like my banner. I gotta switch accounts here. Ooh, so I gotta. This is something cool. I just got onto my YouTube too. I finally hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, which is awesome. Like it's been
I'm
a
at
grind.
59. I'm gonna
I
catch you.
love it. I love it, dude. Um,
So do you remember the Monday that TikTok died?
so yes, here's in fact. So I'll just give you a little story. I was live when it went dark.
I remember you
I was
saying that.
live when it went dark. It
But do
was
you remember what I told you I was gonna do before it died?
yeah,
I'm at almost 4,500 now, and I had 175 the day it died.
dude, that's wild.
So, and I haven't gone live yet, and
Oh,
that is
thanks,
going to
Simply.
happen this weekend.
Thank you for that. Congratulations. Yeah, I hit. Yeah, that's awesome. I was looking at my followers too, and when I started really pushing things and whatnot, I was at 251, and today I'm so very grateful. I am at 6,005 followers on TikTok. I mean, I'm just super stoked. And then I hit 100 on YouTube, and on Instagram, I think I'm at like 20 followers because I've just started on Instagram.
What's your LinkedIn?
LinkedIn it's just my name. It's just me. Josh
How
Walk.
many followers do you have on LinkedIn?
Oh, 500 plus. Oh, followers, I don't know, but I have that many connections. I have like 600 and some connections on there. Yeah, that's one
So
thing I'm having.
That's the one platform I can flex on you. Then yes,
So,
I'm at 10,000.
what? Followers?
Yeah,
Or are you serious?
on LinkedIn.
Dude, that's legit. That is awesome.
When I was in freight, when I was a freight broker, I was posting all
I
the
remember
time.
all that. Yeah, because we'd always ask you all these questions about all the freight. I remember that. Dude, freight was wild. Wad's wifey was telling me today that the USPS basically said that anything coming from China and overseas, that they're not going to deliver it. Isn't that
Yeah.
wild?
They're like, nope, we're not.
Do you remember what that was like? Do you like I that brings back super
yeah.
crazy memories when like because like when we started it was right before COVID, and I remember thinking and watching because we were starting to get into it. We're learning about sourcing out of country and all that, right? And I remember seeing all this stuff popping off in China before it was even mainstream media here in the United States about COVID and all this. And I'm like, ooh, I wonder what that's going to do to affect our business and all this and that. And then like stuff really hit the fan. It was wild. That was crazy.
Yeah, when just before it hit the fan, and I knew it was.
Yeah.
I made an Amazon order for 7 months, and I put like 2 months into Amazon, and the rest of it showed up at my house. But it was supposed to be spread out weeks at a time,
Yeah.
and it got caught in the port, and it all showed up at one time. And I almost had a container and a half worth of rugs on my driveway.
Oh my
No
gosh.
pallets, just like five UPS trucks showed up, and just they were all me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
My neighbors got lawn chairs out and watched me throw them all in my garage. It was great.
I was gonna do this.
But
Hey,
I got
hold
many
on
points
real
from my
quick.
credit card. It was awesome.
Oh, I bet. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yes, I can. Give me 2 seconds and I will run up and do that real fast. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye. Hey, Deryk, can you entertain our awesome followers for like 2 minutes? I need to go open up the garage door.
If you come back and all 6 of them are gone, you're gonna know I suck.
We'll see. Don't everybody leave. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes.
It would be funny in a minute and 59 seconds if everybody was gone and then just came right back because you knew Josh was coming back. Anyway, so I can read a little bit. Yeah, no pressure, right? I can handle the pressure. Josh will just give me crap like he always does anyway. So At least he could have made me a little bit bigger on the screen. I don't know what it shows up on your screen, but I feel like I'm just some small little square off on the side. So, but hey, it's great getting to know everybody through Josh or Wads. I quit calling him his name. I don't know if he cares. He probably doesn't. But tell me about yourselves. Yes, he cares, or yes, I'm sure you know because just you've been on the 2 times I've been on. You're 100% on when I am, so which I'm probably a fraction as often as you are. So, Dave, what should I? Single mom, 3 girls, awesome. What should I cook for the Super Bowl? I think I'm smoking some chicken. I might do some brisket, but I'm all about smoking meat. Oh, he's back. I hear him anyway. We lost none. Yes.
Dude, you are a champ. I love it. Here, I was gonna share this. So this is just the YouTube page, but
I
was trying to find. So that's like the skeleton key in the door. Yeah, like that one. I actually am gonna change that up just slightly because I was looking at some things, but what I was trying to find was. Let me go over here.
Dave, I thought about doing a Philly theme because we're going to cook Philly that day, but I don't know if that's too much for the Philly fans that are in my neighborhood. I have 2 neighbors that are Philly fans.
So these 2 right here, this one, the Manosphere, and then She Can Feel Your Fire, those were AI assisted. Those thumbnails.
So did AI help with what changed?
No, actually. I get where you're going with that, but no. Yeah. That was 30 pounds.
Did you see my Facebook post?
30 pounds different. Which one?
My Facebook post, like I just changed my picture, right?
Yeah.
And it like blew up. Like 400 people are asking, or 200 people are asking me, like, who did my pictures and all this stuff looking good. And I'm like,
yeah.
That I didn't tell them, but that was AI.
Was it AI?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I mean, my face isn't, but
yeah.
Like I had AI give me like 75 different outfits and stuff for professional look, and I use them for everything.
Dude, that's awesome. So yeah, that's going back in the day. These ones, those are old ones. But yeah, so I've had a couple that AI's helped with. But for the most part, it's just like I have an idea of what I want it to look like, and then I'll create it. Like this one.
So are you taking screenshots, or are you taking them out of the video that you shot?
It depends on which one it is. Most of the time, it's out of the video. Like I can screen it, and then I can remove the background and do all that stuff. There are some that I do shoot. Like this one, I was driving, so that one I wasn't driving while I took that, so that was an actual image.
At least that's your story.
Yeah, at least that's my story. But yeah,
I lived in North Dakota for a year, and my parents were in Kansas, and I drive back and forth.
Yeah.
And I would literally set cruise control, put one foot out the window, and read a book while I drove through Nebraska.
Dude, when I was in the Jeep world, dude, my foot was always out the door because I never had the doors on a Jeep. Oh, thanks, Takeout. Thanks, Dave. I still want to call you Dad. I know that's weird, but dude, thanks. I love it. Thanks for the.
It's better that you know his name and still call him Dad.
I know.
That's
it's just
what makes
like.
It better.
Oh, it's wild. So yeah.
Your thumbnail game is fire. I agree.
I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I really try to work hard on those, like, because on YouTube, as you know, like it's your title and your thumbnail, and that's it. And you literally have like a second to grab people's attention.
Like today I'm reshooting my intro because I started the whole BS. Today we're going to talk. No one cares. Get right into it. Like I'm going straight for. I'm shooting it straight for the hook and seeing what happens. But they're reaction videos, so we'll see how long they stay on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Shop Squad. Yeah, I would love it if you go check out the YouTube. That wasn't like a plug for me. We were just talking thumbnails and AI and all that. I mean, if you want to, that would be super awesome. If you guys would go over there and subscribe, obviously that means a lot. I really would appreciate it. Same with Deryk's too. Absolutely. But
Coach Woz would like to get over 100 people subscribe to his channel on YouTube. So.
Here's the thing. Like I did this video too on TikTok because I saw it from a guy and I told him, I was like, dude, I'm going to use this. And he's like, please do, but make sure you're drinking coffee. It's the one where I'm like, where you take a sip of coffee. And then it's like, for all my people out there that are posting content, you know, when you don't care about follower count, you don't care about this. And I'm like, that's really what it's about. Like, sure, do I want to play the numbers game so I can try and get out there to as many people as possible and help people? Yeah, absolutely. But in the end, like, if I could help one person, like, I've had such good interactions with people here on TikTok and even on YouTube. Like, there's some negativity for sure, but I've had such good interactions. I'm like, oh, this is actually helping people, and it makes me feel good, and I'm happy that I can do this. You know what I mean?
Well, like today, no matter what happens today, my day was made when I got to sit face to face with that sophomore girl. Like, it's all good after that. I don't care what happens.
What is this saying? It's saying, we have detected inactivity during your current live. Complete the verification to keep it going. What? Hold on. Give me a minute,
Probably
everybody.
we said that YT word too many times. And they're like, negative.
So I got a slap on the wrist from TikTok, my second one. My first one the other day was because I did shoot a video while I was driving. And so it was like, nope, this can't go out to FYP, which I think is crazy because you know how many videos that have been on my FYP that are for people driving? Sure. Anyway, I got flagged. It is what it is. No big deal. But
I've got camera mounts all over my car. Like, literally, it's safe for me to drive and talk. I'm not holding it up.
Same, 100%. And people get in my truck and they're like, what the heck? Because I got one that'll hold my camera. And then I have two arms that'll hold like both phones and stuff. And so like, yeah, it's all hands free. Like, I don't do like, anyway.
I've got a GoPro mount right next, like right in the corner. And then I've got a camera one from the passenger side. That way I've got multiple angles. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thanks, Shop Squad. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you go. That'd be awesome. Maybe I'll get 101 subscribers. What were we saying?
He is a reasonable person.
I think I'm a reasonable person.
Fairly reasonable.
I think so.
More so now that I know you're not a Broncos fan.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't associate with that. That also comes from my childhood. There was somebody in my life that can't stand, and so I would not. But it's hard because like my father-in-law's a huge Broncos fan, but it's more fun to give him a hard time anyway because he does the same for me. So, yeah. What were we talking about? There was some point we were making, and now I don't remember what it was. Who knows? So you can't drive and go live. That was my only. Yeah, so that's the other thing too. Don't drive and go live. Our friend Sam just can attest to this. Our friend Sam, she does lives while she's working on her house, and I think it was yesterday, and she like got into her car while she was live and then backed the car up like 10 feet, and it flagged her and shut her down. And then she tried to go live with somebody else because she does moderating for people, and TikTok wouldn't let her.
So it's wild. Here's the hack, and you're going to love this because the police officers are going to love this also. Just get a green screen in your car.
Dude, yeah, that's true.
They'll never know.
That is true. But it takes away from like, that was, so if you do go to my YouTube, you'll see that majority. So I did this challenge at the beginning of, it was like March of last year, March, April, where I shot and posted a podcast and a video every day for the month or every day for 31 days. I need to do that again so I can get more long form out there. But that's pretty much what I was doing was I'd set my camera up, and while I'm driving, because I talk to myself all the time while I'm driving. So I'm like, I might as well talk to other people too, set up a camera. So that's what they all were. But I wouldn't do it on TikTok. Oh, that was the other thing. That was where I was going. I got another slap on the wrist for, I did that video, like my promo video. I don't know if you saw it, where I was shooting for the baseball team, right? Well, so I was super stoked on that. I was like, I thought it was cool. You know, there was some parts where I could have done better, but I was just trying to get it done, all this. But I really wanted people's feedback. I truly do. Like it helps if I can get critiqued. But TikTok flagged it and said, nope, you can't do this. And I was like, what is going on? So I went and researched because I'm like, I didn't do it. What did I do wrong? Like, could it have been that I, was promoting baseballism? Like, what was it? I don't know. Well, I come to find out, in my description of the video, I said, because I was trying to be generous, and I was like, hey, if anybody does order anything from my TikTok shop, I will donate all those proceeds, blah, 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 whatever. You can't do that because that entices people to purchase from you, and they don't want you to. And I'm like, okay, because you're not supposed to emotionally entice them. So I took their little quiz that's supposed
to. That's what marketing is. Literally, that's all marketing is
I know. And it's like, So I took their little quiz, and one of the quiz questions was, they ask you, well, what is okay to do on lives? And one of them is you can't cry on lives, and you can't beg people. Like, I would never cry and beg because I don't think that type of marketing is good. But I was like, I'm not, like, legitimately, I wasn't
Unless
trying
you're
to
thinking
dupe
about
anybody.
Chipper Jones leaving the Braves.
Well, then yes, but that was a long time ago. I got over that. I love Chipper.
Dude, I had a rough time when Kobe died, so I get it.
100%. Yeah, I think that was rough on anybody that was remotely into basketball, sports, or anything. Because
Yeah, that's still.
Dave says he's a Phillies fan. We can't be friends. Sorry, man. Hey, we had a good run, Dad. We had a good run.
So Dave, you weren't here for this, but I'm a Dodgers fan, but I have been my whole life. But I grew up in Arkansas City, Kansas, which is the hometown of Darren Dalton. So I've also had some respect.
Sorry, anyway, go ahead. Sorry. I was trying to find a boo. They don't have a boo.
But true story, Darren Dalton was one of the worst people in this world. And I hate saying that about someone who's passed away, but he was just real.
There's just some not good people out there. I'll be honest. There are some not good people. Who else we got? Shop Squad, you're still hanging out. I love it. DH is still here. Deryk, dude, you've been on since like second one. DH.
He's been on longer than me.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was supposed to be our live together.
I know, right?
Lenny Dykstra. There you go.
Oh, I love Lenny Dykstra. Yeah. He's the reason I had bubble gum in my cheeks when I played baseball. Or I didn't really play very well, but I was on the team.
Yeah. The other one that I want to do is I want to go live while I'm shooting my bow. I love to shoot my bow. And like, that's one thing that I do about this time of year is like I put the bow away after archery season, and just kind of relax for a bit and not, because then, rifle comes up, whatever. But I put it away for a minute, but I pick it back up always about this time of year and start re-teaching myself my shot process, or just focus on one thing and build up to it. And I just do that in the basement here. I just blank bail. It's just close. I'm not like doing anything crazy, but I think that would be fun because then I'm doing something rather than just sitting here gabbing at the camera. I don't know. I'm all about efficiency. Like if I can do multiple things at the same time.
So you were asking if I saw your promo, and I immediately was like, we listen and we don't judge, right?
Uh-oh.
So I did not see your promo at all, and every day of your 30-day rucks, I watched for 3 seconds. So you got the view, but then I swiped up. So I did see 3 seconds of all 30 days of your rucks. So
we listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Woosah, Captain. Woosah. I mean, I appreciate the effort. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, I'll be honest. I watch some of your videos too, but I don't watch the whole thing. So, well,
I've seen the stats. Nobody watches the whole thing.
I'm going to start doing it just to spite you, to help you too. I mean, to help you, not to spite you. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. I started a podcast. There's a credit conference every year, and last year was in Vegas. And so I met a guy that's been doing this for 27 years, and I was like, man, hey, I'm gonna find a new morning show guy, and we're gonna do a podcast together. And I just mentioned, hey, I used to do this for Amazon. I think it'd be cool if we did it.
Yeah.
He'd been wanting somebody to do one with.
That's awesome.
But no one would do it because he wants to be the credit pirates. Well, we launched 3 weeks ago, and we just put our second episode out. I dress up as a modern day pilot with a leather top hat and everything. So
where's that at?
It's on YouTube.
Is it? But it's called
we have a TikTok channel we just started, so I'm going to start doing the mass follow on it, try to get it up there. But we've got a real life skeleton that is a puppet that he has the mouth all wired and stuff. His name's Bones McGee, and yeah, so yep.
Could you hear that? Could you hear that?
Oh,
I don't know if you could hear. Dude,
yeah.
Deryk, look at. I would have to go and watch these for like 3 seconds, but I'll go watch them.
Oh, for sure. Fair. Now he's Captain Jeremy, and I'm the quartermaster, and then Bones McGee is our first mate.
Bones McGee, that's too funny.
Yeah, that's a reaction video, and So yeah.
Which one would have Bones McGee in it? I gotta show everybody Bones McGee.
Bones McGee's actually on our TikTok.
Oh, there he is in the background.
He's in the background. But Bones McGee is on my TikTok page. The second video, the second latest video.
Okay. I think I can do this, right? I can go and find.
TikTok shouldn't get mad that you're on TikTok on a live. I wouldn't think.
It won't let you watch your own. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, really?
I mean, it kind of can. Like if you go to your profile, there's Bones McGee. Oh my gosh! Dang, look at that! You got 2,700 views. I don't know if I've ever gotten 2,700 views.
Oh, looks like my other one's got 20. The one to the left is me making because the plane crash in Washington took off from Wichita, Kansas. So
yeah.
Like my daughter had a close friend that was on the plane.
Oh my gosh!
Our community is rocked pretty hard. So that was just my statement about me praying for them, and then realize like I was praying for that I didn't know anybody on the plane, and then I like mid prayer was like, that's kind of jacked up because in reality, it doesn't matter whether I know people or not. There's still people that died. So
yeah, 100%. Oh, that's crazy. I'll have to go watch that one. That one I won't watch for 3 seconds. I'll watch for more for sure. But yeah, so you kind of can watch your live, like right there. There's us on the left, like that's our live. So you kind of can, but not really. Not really. Yeah, see, I mean, the most I've gotten is on views. I mean, these are good likes though. Like that's the most liked video. I mean, that's a lot of views too, but that's the mass following thing. So that's kind of one of those trendy deals.
Yeah, I don't get many likes. I get views, but no one likes my stuff. So I don't know if I should take that personally or not.
Nah, don't take it personally. Just means you have a face for radio. I'm just kidding, Deryk. You know I love you.
I know. I've admitted I don't even think I have a voice for radio. So
yeah, you do. Actually, I
do, but I'm like
yeah. Yeah, I've always thought. I think that's why, like, when you were doing the morning show, why it was one of the reasons why it was so good is because, well, Deryk. I mean, not Deryk. Chad.
Voiceover voice.
Like the both of you together, though, the way that you guys like your voices too, just in general. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a soothing thing. You know what I mean?
Chad got asked by people in Amazon to be their voice in their audiobooks.
Dude, that's cool.
I've never been asked such a thing, so I appreciate it.
That would be fun. That'd be really cool.
So true story, and my wife still thinks I'm weird, but I've got 3 kids. One for my first marriage, and then my wife and I have 2 kids. And every single one, I was scared to death that their voice would be weird, and I just praise God that they've got normal voices. She thinks that's weird, but I'm like, I've heard lots of people's voices in my life, and there's some people I'm like, I hope my kid does not have your voice.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh. That one I'm going to sit with for a minute. Like, is that messed up or is it just funny? I don't know.
It's probably both because my sense of humor is a bit of that's messed up and that's funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that is pretty good, though. I hope that my kid doesn't have all the things you could wish for. I hope my kid doesn't have a weird voice.
I mean, health, obviously, but if they're going to be healthy, then just don't have a jacked up voice. I don't care how tall you are. Like, I never take my kids to the doctor. That's always my wife. She wants to do it. I would if she asked me to. She wants to do it. So I'll let you. And the doctor one time was like, you know what? I think you both might even be 6 foot tall. And she's like, yeah, they're going to be 6 foot tall. Their dad's 6'5". She's like, oh, well, yeah, I guess that you probably will.
That's funny. Dude, my youngest, I don't know. I keep telling him, I do hope that he's not over like 6'3", 6'4", because life, like you could tell me, life gets tough. You get over that tall, right? Like
It's hard to find. Like clothes and shoes are difficult, but
yeah.
I mean, anything. I think 6, 7, or 8 is about the norm. Like I don't think I've been 6'5" and a half has been my like. I was 6'4" in 6th grade, so it's my whole life. That's all I remember is being this tall. So it doesn't feel like it. But my best friend in junior high was 6'9", so I didn't even think I was tall because
I gotcha.
Some guy taller than me.
5'9". Dave says 5'9" is no picnic either. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Samantha.
I playing like roller hockey and ice hockey, so it was a challenge getting skates.
Ooh.
So I wish I was normal sized.
Skates, and what did you use for a stick? Like, because skates add what, 6 inches?
That's what she said. So I went to. Sorry.
That's funny. That's good. I like it.
Myself. But so like an hour away was a semi-pro hockey team, and so a player actually gave me a stick, so I didn't even.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so everybody's going through their heights. Dave is 5'9", Just is 5'4". I'm 6'1". My oldest is probably damn near there, and he's 13. He still tries to, it's dad strength though. He still tries to like body up to me in the kitchen. I'm like, no. Oh, yeah. Or like this morning, no, it was last night. It's like, Brantley, get in here. Come in here and hang out. Me and your mom need to talk to you. We're just messing with him. He's like, make me. And I was like, are you sure about that? He's like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, Jackson's 11, and he's all about the body part jokes right now. So.
Oh, yeah.
We've had discussions of, son, it's okay as long as you're in your own house.
Right.
But as soon as we leave the house, it's not appropriate. We're not going to say things, and we're not going to make those jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So then we had the pastor and his family to our house for lunch, and I forgot about the rule. He did not forget about the rule and started singing songs and telling jokes. He's like, I'm in my own house. And we're like, ugh.
God, kids are so smart. Like, we don't give them enough credit sometimes. True. Oh, man. Oh, Sam left again. What's going on?
I was waiting for her to answer if she's doing the dating thing tomorrow.
Yeah. So, there's, so Just and Sam and some other people. Chris is another guy. He's not on here today right now, but they are going to do like this TikTok speed dating thing tomorrow. And my buddy Trapper is...
You mentioned Trapper was, so I didn't know if Trapper was like running it or something.
He's not running it. He's just, he met a bunch of people that are involved in it. And so they asked him to just come on and kind of break the ice. 'Cause a lot of guys are timid. A lot of people be timid and whatnot. So, he's just going to get on there and kind of help out and stuff. So Trapper's getting on now. We should get Trapper in here.
Yeah, I haven't met Trapper yet. I'd like to.
Holy cow. What'd you do?
Me?
Yeah. Your audio just got way loud.
Oh,
that's okay. It's probably my side. No, it's probably my side.
Yeah, mine's like a third of the volume on my phone.
Let me see if we can... I don't know. Does anybody else want to come on and chat?
What microphone do you use?
This one right here, it's a Rode. I don't remember which one it is.
I've got the Elgato Wave 3.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
I do like I don't need another arm, but I really want the PSA 1 Plus from Rode because it just looks really cool.
Oh, okay. I looked up Joe Rogan's the other day, and oh man, that thing was like $700 for the arm. I was like, that's so cool though. I want that.
Yeah, the Rode PSA 1's $130, but it's $130 I don't need to spend on something that I would just literally put my other one in the closet. So I convinced myself not to.
Yeah, same. He's got to work with what we're working with. Yeah, maybe I should text Trapper and be like, hey dude, you want to come on? He needs to come on.
Yeah, that way we have 7 people watching. Maybe we'll get up to 10 if Trapper joins.
I love it.
It's always a celebration when you hit double digits.
Dude, yeah. I know I hit like 11.
It's just like Amazon. When you hit double digits on people that have given you 5-star reviews, your product explodes.
Yeah. Something like that.
Did your product do that?
Does it or did it?
Did it when it hit 10 5-stars? Did you see an increase?
Not like I expected, I guess.
Oh, mine did.
Yeah, not like it. We learned. Shoot me.
When I hit 1,000 reviews, that was nice. Yeah, that was a nice jump.
I don't know how to. I do not know how to invite him if he's not in my Dealy Bob. When's your next Mindset Journal dropping? Want the new version? Oh, good question, Dave. So I am going to have that out. I need to set a date, right? I need to set a date. Let's see. What do we got today? Today is February 7th. I will drop it by the end of February. March 1st, it'll be live. How's that?
Accountability.
March 1st, it'll be live. You heard it here. March 1st, it'll be live.
So, shameless plug. Coach Wads.
Yeah.
Pretend I don't know what a mindset journal is.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So now's your time to shine.
Yeah, you should have been on the other day. Like, I think yesterday I actually went through my whole onboarding call with somebody. Like when
is it recorded? Like I'll go back and watch it for more than 3 seconds.
I did record it, but it was alive, and so I haven't put it up anywhere. But the mindset journal.
Well, they just said it. I mean, tell me now, but tell me also when you put that one up because I'll watch it.
March Mindset Madness. Ooh, dude, Dave, fire! I love it. I love that. So yeah, the mindset journal is something that I have developed over the last quite a few years. We'll just go back real quick. 5-6 years ago, I just kind of had an epiphany that my mind, body, and soul were not in the place that I thought they needed to be. And I'll even not back up, but I'll kind of paint the picture. So I was on a solo hunt, sitting on top of a mountain by myself, thinking about what I would do if a shooter deer came out. And this is like going really, really kind of into the depths here. And then I'll actually go into mindset journal because this isn't my pitch. This is just because I haven't told the story in a while. And I remember thinking to myself, man, if something comes out, would I take the shot? You know, if everything was right, would I take the shot? Would I actually do it? And then if I did, was I in a place both mentally and physically to where I could climb down to where he would be and then get him back up to my four-wheeler to where I could get him out? And I'll be honest, the answer was no. And it wasn't necessarily physically, because physically I think I could have. It would have been a challenge. But I think more of it was mental. And I've talked about this in other videos too, where I've never really felt my age. And I've always felt really in a good place mentally. I always did. And that's why I think I never felt my age, was just because I didn't feel old. You know, my mindset was good. But 5-6 years ago, I really start to feel my mind slip and my body slip and everything. And I remember sitting there having this conversation with myself on this mountain, and I brought myself to tears. Like, I was worried that I would not be able to see my boys grow up. I was worried that I would not be able to spend the rest of my life with my wife. And I just, like, it hit me hard. It was like a ton of bricks. And I said, you know what? I am going to make a change. And literally, I got back home and said to my wife, I said, babe, we need a treadmill. Because I didn't know, at that time, I didn't know how important the mind was. And I was like, the only thing that I know is, you know, start getting my body right and figure it out. And as the years went on, I started to develop things and started, you know, down this path. I really realized how important the mindset was. And to give you a quick, this was 2 years ago, this was the mindset journal. This was it. It's just a composition notebook. And over the years, I have developed just a system that has worked for me in a way that I can incorporate all the things that I have learned that are important in your life. And that's why it's an acronym, right? So the mindset journal is a way for you to build a strong mindset, because okay, now we're getting to the pitch. So everything starts in the mind, right? Like everything. From, you don't have to tell yourself to breathe, or like if I want to move my hand like that, you don't have to tell, but it starts in the mind. Everything does. There's the sayings out there, like whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. You know, you've heard the sayings, you can put your mind to it, you can achieve it, all that stuff. And that is, I strongly feel that that is the truth. So I developed a mindset journal to help track all aspects of that. So the acronym mindset, it's mind, income, network, determination, your soul, evaluate, and temple. And those are the 7 habits that I practice every day to make sure that I am building and keeping and sustaining a strong mindset. That's the quick pitch. That was a long pitch, but the last part was the pitch.
And so is that something that you market and sell to others, or is that
Correct.
Something you're doing yourself and you're making?
So initially I did. I just, when it was back, this was just for me. I just did it. But I actually saw such a transformation in myself. And then when I talked to other people about it, they're like, ooh, that's pretty interesting. I might like to see that. And I was like, oh, maybe I should share it with other people. So that's when I created And yes, it's published on Amazon. The Mindset Journal is published on Amazon, so people can purchase it and sell it. And then over the last year, 18 months, I've actually been, I continue to do it, but I do it in my actual journal, but I've refined it and revised it. And I need to get that up there so it can be published. So that's what Dave was talking about. He was wanting to know when that was going to be up and available, because the original one's up there, but there's some additions and some revisions. So
okay, so Dave, because of the question you just put out there, I don't know if you want me to throw this out there or not, Coach Watts, but based on the conversation that we need to talk about automations, coaching, have you thought about taking 9U to making something similar for the Mindset Journal?
Yes, so that is one thing that I am. In fact, yes, I have a. Right now, I'm calling it my.
I'm trying to speak in code, so I'm not throwing your business all out there before you're ready to.
No, I love it. No, this is great. So, right now, I'm calling it the 90-day mindset method, or 90-day mindset reset challenge. Essentially, is what it is. So that's the other thing, is my mindset journal is broken into quarters of years. So it's every 3 months is what it is. It's basically 90 days worth of prompts for you to do. And the reason why it's 90 days too, instead of like 30 or something like that, is there's actually science behind how long it takes you to break bad habits and create new good habits. And some people, it's anywhere between that 60 and 90 days is what I've found in my research. And so I was like, 90 days. And because my brain works this way, I was like, a quarter of a year, and breaks it up. It's super simple. Anyway, so my 90-day mindset reset is basically that kind of course or system, to where I have each week we go through one of the mindset buckets and we talk about, go a little bit more in depth, but then it would also be to where, there'd be some one-on-one, where if you were, needed some one-on-one assistance or something like that, we could work that as well. So yes, I have looked at doing like a course or a system or process, kind of like we were talking about earlier.
So do you want to continue this later, or do you want me to get into it?
I mean, I think we could talk about it.
Okay. No, I don't want to be respectful of time and what everybody else wants to talk about too. So
yeah, for sure.
Because I was a coach on the Amazon thing for almost a year,
mm-hmm.
Part of why that started to fizzle was because they were greedy, but they did not put into a budget for the coaching, because your time is valuable. So realize what you feel your time is worth. And the one-on-one is where your passion is, but what is going to keep your fire? Like, you don't want your fire to get extinguished, to not create a community and not let it live on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think almost like a private group, like what you've got going on now, once a month, and then one-to-ones as needed, would be something that would allow you to make it last longer.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I really want to, that I did learn from the whole 9U thing and all that too, is I want to eventually, like I said earlier, is kind of step away from that role as well, but have coaches and mentors and things that can step into that role as well, and have them be vested in it, and and try, rather than just being like, hey, you work for me. No, like, let's work together to help people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. That's how I'm trying to approach it, for sure. Because I want...
Yeah, we need to talk, because
yeah,
I'm all about that.
Yeah. Like, that's...
I mean, I'm developing it on the Go High Level system is what I'm thinking, because it'll host it. Like, instead of doing Teachable, instead of doing School, instead of doing, like, if you use it as your CRM,
mm-hmm.
It hosts your website for no extra cost. It does the course for no extra cost. It does all the receiving of any fees for no extra, like, all that stuff is tied into that one-time monthly fee, and it's nothing extra to use all those tools.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that makes sense. Yeah, we'll have to get into that for sure. And yeah, Dave, I see what you're saying, for sure. Then that's kind of the idea, is I would, kind of do, a quarterly launch, if you will. I'm hoping that people would continue to at least utilize at least the system. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to purchase. I mean, you can look at this. I did this for years before I developed this. Like, you don't have to do it my way. It's just, hey, if you want, because here's the thing. When I was doing it in the composition notebook, I legit would write out my mindset growth list, all my buckets, and then my get shit done list all the time. Like, I would write those by hand every single time. And I was like, this is dumb. I'm wasting time doing this when I could be actually filling it out. So that's why I did this. But you can do it that way, because I did it for years doing that. I was trying to figure out how to get Trap over here too. Apparently he's live. Oh, there he is. There he is. I can invite him now. Yeah, we're getting Trapper in here. I see. Oh man, my buddy Devin took off. Professor Tech. Yeah, I sent you. I invited Trap, so hopefully he'll come on.
He's probably waiting for me to leave. He's like, there's not enough room for two of us at Coach Wads' life.
Yeah, because all five of us here. No, I'm just kidding. No, I love it. Takeout's here. DH is still here. Professor Tech AI. What's going on? Professor Tech AI. I am curious. Father, digital engineer principal. What does that mean? Digital engineer principal. Interesting. I am curious. Hopefully he comes on. What's going on here? I sent him an invite. Who knows? Resend. I moved windows. I don't know how to... Hold on a minute. Jeez Louise, people. No, it says I invited you already. I did... Or try to request. Oh, I don't know how to use this technology. D White, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for coming and hanging out. Helena, you're back. Helena was on with I met a gentleman. Oh, she left. I met a gentleman from the UK, and he was on live yesterday, and I kind of helped him because he's like, I don't know, is there anybody here that can help me? And I was like, yeah. He's like, how's this sound? And so it was fun. Got to meet him, and then Helen was on there, and we were chatting. It's good to see repeat people.
So where's everybody finding you at? Is it through this mass following thing or from before?
A handful is through the mass following thing, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting... Oh, there it goes. Invite sent again, Trap, just so you know. I sent you another invite. If you can hear me. So yeah, that's going back to the whole business thing. That's kind of the big goal, right?
I like it.
Is build, and that's what we were talking earlier about scale. You know, I'm trying to build it to scale as well because not only for myself, but you know, getting it out to as many people as can.
But it's not something that these gurus do, and they come up with this plan. They think it's going to work. They sell it in mass, and they hope it sticks. You're like living it yourself and making sure that you're refining it too.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I appreciate it. Hey, Devin, what's going on, man? Yeah, and that's one aspect that I try to bring to the table that since you brought that up, is a great plug. I definitely preach and teach that.
I got that email. I'm just reading what you told me to say. So.
Just because I love it. Just because something works for me, it doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. You know what I mean? And like, yes, I like to get up super early and work out super early. I like to do ice baths. I like to do certain things for whatever reason. And I'll tell everybody about what I do. But I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody that you have to do this. The big point of it is I'm giving you the general idea of what has helped me. And then we figure out, and this is where the coach side of it comes in. Then we figure out what helps you. You know, like I said, my tag is, I'm here to ignite your self-confidence so that you can create a better future. And that's your better future, not mine. I'm just here to help you figure out what that is. Because one of my hows in my why is to find people's spark. Like, everybody has something that inspires them, that drives them, that motivates them. And I want to help find that for you so that you can build that confidence. I don't know why it won't let Trapper in here. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Hmm. Well, I was trying to stick around till he got here, but my wife is asking me if I'm going to come down for dinner with the family since it's after 6.
I know I'm probably going to have to go do the same thing here in a bit. I appreciate you being on, Deryk. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I just love catching up with
now,
you.
For sure. I will go live, so hopefully we can do the joint thing next time.
Yeah, I do like the co-host thing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Trapper and I did one time, and it works. But it's nice when you can do this too, because then you can get multiple people on, and that's what Trapper likes to do is get like lots of people on and stuff. So, yeah,
I'm down for whatever. You just let me know when. Another fun thing that kind of back to when you sent me those books would be kind of fun is if maybe me, you, Trapper, and a couple other people started reading a book, and then maybe once every other week do it, like get on something like this, talk about the chapter we just read, and bounce ideas off each other, and see what the rest of the chat thinks.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so Trapper and I have talked about doing that because I keep pushing it. I want to do a book club. Like it sounds cheesy and corny and stuff, but I mean, I have learned so much from certain books. Now I'll read books and then I read it and I'm like, I mean, that was okay, but and you know whatever. But
not every book's going to be a home run, but it also bonds us together. And I mean, there's way more than just what you're learning in the book.
Oh, absolutely. And then being able to discuss it with somebody, because most of the time I'm taking notes, by myself and whatever. And then some people, I can talk about it. But it would be great to do like an actual like book club where you can talk about it and have different points of, point of views and perspectives and all that. So yeah, try and do a request to come on. But yeah, sorry, Deryk. Yeah, if you got to go, man, I really do appreciate it. I probably
if he's in the room and about to pop on, I'll at least say hi. So, and then I'll throw up the deuces.
Hey, Dave's down. Dave's down to do some live.
Yeah, and it looks like Dad is too.
Thanks, Dad. Let's see where the request. I don't, Deryk, because you requested.
It's down in the middle, like at the very bottom. I'm on my phone, so I can't help you if it's not on your phone, but. Right, like the fourth button from the left, subscribe, comment, mic, and then multi something. Hit that one and it works. That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out is because I've sent you an invite probably like 3 or 4 times, but
Coach Wad said if you hit that gift button lots of times, that will work.
You want to hear something that's really funny? I've been watching. Where we talked earlier about like my subscribers and all that, and like. So on TikTok, I said I was at 6,005 or something followers. It went up to 6,006. Now I'm back down to 6,003.
Someone's like,
no, I'm out.
I like you better when you're humble, Coach Watts. Bragging about your followers. I'm out.
No, I was trying to be appreciative. Like, I'm very grateful for it. Like, it's humbling. It is a humbling thing.
Yeah, but how many are you following? I've seen that trend.
Actually, you want to? Okay, we'll do an audit.
I'm following more than are following me.
We'll do an audit.
Waiting for them to swing back around and say, you know what, this is a good guy.
Right. 6,005, it says currently, 4697. So I'm getting close to being able to get back to everybody, following everybody.
Dude, that follow jail is real.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I've figured out how to do, get around it a little bit, but it's crazy.
I'm following 5281 and I've got 4431 followers.
Yeah.
But yeah, my last 2 videos are over 2,000. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I need to put another video out today or tomorrow.
I know. I did some response videos today, but I need to do my other social posts.
It's hard being a serial entrepreneur because in my mind, like I want to do something spiritual. I want to do something motivational. I want to do something about this business or this business, but it's like state a brand. That's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, I don't even like my own brand.
I mean, I think on TikTok is a little more behind the scenes, a little more organic. So like I'll post like most of everything that I do, but that's because I live it, right? Like these are the real thoughts I have throughout the day and the conversations I have with myself. But every once in a while I'll post like something fun or funny, like I did the over 40 TikTok club. I did that one. But let's see if this will work again. Are you still there, Deryk? Or are you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm here. For just a little bit more.
For just
then
a
I got to
little bit
bounce.
more. No, I understand.
Yeah.
That. I mean, shoot, I didn't even realize we've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. The only people that go that long are freaking Joe Rogan. He's like 3 hours. I'm not comparing us to Joe Rogan for anybody.
In my mind, I'm like, you know what? You're right. That's the best thing you've said today. We're pretty much Joe Rogan with hair.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. Oh, that's funny. I was listening to his, I think it came out yesterday or 2 days ago, the one where he's talking about the U.S.
Spotify, here we come. Yeah.
Hey, I'm on Spotify. Come check me out, Coach Wads. I am on Spotify, actually. I'm published podcasts on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music.
My daughter has her album on all of those as well.
I know. And you said she's not singing anymore.
No, just at church.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when they get married. They go do their own things.
That is true.
You'll learn that someday.
Yeah. Wherever you, Dave says, wherever you get your podcast.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to put on your, who was talking about that? I think it was, oh yeah, Joe was talking about that on his podcast. He's like, back in the day when like you had your newscaster voice, you know, and just how people talked when they were on camera or on the radio, you know, it was very, very different than it is now. You know, there's like a cadence and a tone to it.
Yep.
And that's the way it was. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. I just always go
and
back
now
to...
for the rest of the story.
Yeah. Is that Barbara Walters? Was that her?
What
was hers?
Cronkite.
Oh, Cronkite was, That's the way it was. I like it. That's Jim Carrey doing it in that movie. What was the movie? Evan Almighty.
All right, it's almost 6:20 and they're waiting for me, so.
Sweet, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Nice to meet everybody. Thanks for letting me on. Let me crash.
Stay classy, San Diego. Well done, Dave. Well done. Yeah,
on that, I can't top that. On that note, I'm out.
Yeah. Thanks, Deryk. Appreciate you, man.
Talk to you later.
Later,
yep.
dude.